Hello my dear students, welcome back to Learn Physics. In last class video we were discussing about kinematics portion. In that equation of motion some exercise questions we did, right? So the equations of motions are V equals U plus AT, V square minus U square equals 2AS and S equals UT plus half AT square. The questions including all these equations we were discussing, right? So in today's video also we are continuing with the same portion, and these questions I had taken from DC Pandey sir's book, that is NEET JEE preparation, not for NEET JEE, this is for NEET preparation book only I had taken. Okay, so next question is, a body is moving with uniform velocity of 8 meter per second. When the body is just crossed another body, the second one starts and moves with uniform acceleration of 4 meter per second square. The time after which two bodies meet will be. So an object is moving with a uniform velocity of 8 meter per second. Okay, an object A starts moving with the velocity 8 meter per second. When the body just crossed another body, so it is moving with velocity and it is crossing another body B. Okay, B, and the second one starts and moves with a uniform acceleration of 4 meter per second square. So now B is when A just crossed B, at that time B started moving with an acceleration of 4 meter per second square. Then we need to find out the time when both will meet each other. Okay, at what time it will be meeting. So if they are meeting each other, that means both the objects will be covering equal distances. A is moving with the velocity 8 meter per second, and when it just crossed B also started moving with the velocity with an acceleration of 4 meter per second square. It has an acceleration and this has velocity. Okay, it's moving with uniform velocity. So when both will meet each other, that means both the objects are covering equal distances, because starting point is same. When they are covering equal distances, what will happen? Both will meet each other. Okay, but here it has uniform velocity. So what will be the distance covered by A? Distance covered by A will be equal to velocity into time. So 8t. And B will be, so 8t and here B is moving SB, that will be equal to this S is equal to UT plus half AT square, therefore half into A, 4 into T square, 8t square. Here it is 80. So here we are getting, sorry, this is 2t square. Here we will get it as 2t square, and both are covering equal distances. That's why they are meeting each other. Therefore, SA equals SB. 8t equals 2t square. Therefore, 4 equals t. T equals 4 seconds. So, here the answer is 4 seconds. Yes, correct. It is B. Here options given are 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 6 seconds, 8 seconds. So the answer is 4 seconds. So if they are meeting each other and one is just crossing the other, in those cases the distance covered will be equal. Clear? Next question. Two bodies A and B start from rest from the same point with uniform acceleration of 2 meter per second square. If B starts 1 second later, then the two bodies are separated at the end of the next second. Okay, so A and B are, so second question is, A and B are two objects start from rest from the same point with uniform acceleration of, starting from the same point, uniform acceleration of 2 meter per second square. If B starts 1 second later, then the two bodies are separated at the end of the next second by. So what is the separation between the nearby 2 seconds? Okay, so here we can find out the distance traveled by A and distance traveled by B. How can we find out? Both are starting from rest position, so therefore initial velocity is equal to 0. Therefore here we can find out S as S is equal to ut plus half at square, therefore half into A into t square. Here it is 1. So in next second, what is the separation? So here it is equal to A by 2, and here it will be equal to half into A into 2 square. Therefore it is 2A. Here it is 1 meter, and here it is 2 into 2, that is 4 meter. Therefore what is the separation between them? SB minus SA will be equal to 3 meter. Clear? So here it is, how we found out the answer, because in the first second and in the next second itself, what is the separation? That is what it's asked. So here first second and second, what is the displacement? Then what will be the, so one is starting late, other is starting early. So the distance in the next there's consecutive seconds only it is asked. So the separation between them will be 3 meters. So here the answer is 3 meter C. Yes, C is the correct answer. Next question. The displacement of a particle moving in a straight line is described by the relation S equals 6 plus 12t minus 2t square, where S is in meters and t in seconds, distance covered by the particle in first 5 seconds. So displacement is given. Displacement relation is given. We need to find out the distance covered in 5 seconds. So distance and displacement and how to find out the variation, that and all we learned, right? So here this is the displacement which is given over here, and we need to find out the distance covered. How can we find out the distance covered in 5 seconds? Okay, distance covered in 5 seconds we need to find out. Okay, for that displacement is with respect to time. Whether it is moving under uniform velocity, acceleration, how will we find out? Displacement is with changing with respect to time. So velocity, whether it is under uniform velocity or not, we will find out first. Okay, so velocity, how we can find out? It is equal to ds by dt. That is equal to 12 minus 4t. Right, this is velocity. Now we will find out the acceleration. So it is not under uniform velocity because it's with respect to time. It is changing with respect to time. Now we can find out the acceleration as dv by dt. Therefore, again by finding out, we will get the acceleration as minus 4 meter per second square. Therefore, it is retardation is happening. Okay, here it is retardation. Therefore, we are getting it as, so it's moving and acceleration is decreasing with respect to, it is coming to rest position. That one we understood. Okay, so when it will come to rest position, so that is its velocity is coming to 0. Final velocity is equal to 0. When velocity equals 0, what will be the time? 12 minus 4t equals 0. Therefore, t we are getting it as 3 seconds. So in 3 seconds it will come to rest position. Then in 5 seconds what will happen? It is coming back to the previous position, right? So we can consider here as 3 seconds it's under forward motion, and the rest of the 2 seconds it will be moving under it's backward motion. Return. It's moving. Okay, so what will be the distance covered in the forward motion? Distance covered in the forward motion, that is from t equals 0 to t equals 3 seconds is equal to, how can we find out? S in 3 seconds minus S in 0 seconds. S in 3 seconds is 6 plus 12 3s are 36 minus 9 18. Okay, so here we will get it as 36 minus 12, therefore we are getting it as 24. Okay, so here we got it as 36 minus 12, that is 24 meters we got. Next is from t equals 3 seconds to t equals 5. What will be the distance covered? S5 minus S0. Okay, so here, here we consider only S3. S0 will be 6. So here minus 6 also should be considered. Therefore, it is equal to 18. Now, S5 minus S0. What is the distance covered in 5 seconds? That is 6 plus 60 minus 25, 50. Okay, minus S3. What is S3 we got? S3 we got it as, here it is minus 6 plus 36 minus 18. Therefore, 6 and minus 6 will get cancelled. Here the answer will be yes equal to 60 minus 50 minus 36 minus 18. Therefore, plus 18. Therefore, 78 minus 86, here we are getting it as 8, minus 8. So, it is in the minus 8 meter in the opposite direction. So, here when we are considering only the distance covered, no need to find out the display, what is the direction is not required, because only distance we are calculating, right? So, this one I am taking it as S1 and this one I am taking it as S2. Therefore, the total distance covered will be equal to S1 plus S2. What is S1? It is 8 we got, and S2 is 8. 18 plus 8 is 26 meter. So, the answer is 26. Okay, clear children? So here first we need to find out whether it is under uniform velocity or uniform acceleration. So according to that only we can substitute the values. So here we got it as it is moving under uniform acceleration, and that to retardation. So at what time it will come to rest position? That time we need to find out. Then the rest of the time interval it will be coming back. So it is under motion, right? So here what will be the displacement, what will be the maximum distance covered, and will be found out in the forward motion as well as in the backward motion. So distance covered will be the distance travelled in the forward motion plus distance travelled in the backward motion. Clear? So here the next question is, a particle starts from rest and traverses a distance L with uniform acceleration, then moves uniformly over a further distance 2L and finally comes to rest after moving a further distance 3L under uniform retardation. Assuming the entire motion to be rectilinear motion, ratio of average speed over the journey to the maximum speed. So here in the question it is given a particle is starting from rest and traverses a distance L with uniform acceleration. Okay, then moves uniformly over a further distance 2L. Uniform motion, if it is under uniform in 2L distance, it is under uniform velocity. This is uniform motion and this is uniform velocity. Then finally comes to rest after moving a distance under distance of 3L. Next it is moving 3L, and after covering 3L distance it is coming to rest position. So here it is uniform retardation. Okay, then find the ratio of average speed to the maximum speed. Okay, average speed and maximum speed. How can we find out the average speed and total distance travel divided by total time? So in these 3 seconds, what is the total distance? The distance is given. Okay, what is the time required for that? That one we can find out. Then maximum speed also. What will be the maximum speed it would have attained? So here it is traveling with uniform acceleration. So it is attaining a speed. Okay, it's increasing its speed, coming to a particular value, then it is moving with the uniform velocity. When it is moving with uniform velocity, there is no increase in velocity, right? Then it is under uniform retardation. That is, velocity is decreasing. So at which point we are getting maximum velocity? So where we are getting maximum velocity is at this position, starting from rest, reaching to the maximum value, then moving with uniform velocity, then velocity is decreasing. So in this position, here we are getting the maximum velocity, right? So what is the final velocity we are obtaining over there? That will be the maximum velocity. How can we find out maximum velocity? Final velocity V is equal to U plus AT. Initial velocity is 0, therefore maximum velocity Vm will be equal to acceleration A into T1. I am taking time as T1 over there, okay? In second position, so here T1 I am getting it as Vm by A. Okay, here what will be the acceleration over there? So here V square equals U square plus 2as. U is 0, therefore 2a into s is L. Therefore a is V square divided by 2L. Thus I can write it as T1 equals Vm by Vm square. Here I am writing it as Vm, okay, Vm square by 2L. So the final answer I got it as 2L by Vm. Now for the second position. Now here it is moving with uniform velocity only. Then what will be the time required over there? Time T2 will be equal to distance travelled divided by velocity. Velocity is Vm. Maximum velocity with final, what was the final velocity over there? With that velocity only it is moving over here, right? So it is T2 equals 2L by Vm. Okay, next for third position. What will be the final velocity? Final velocity is equal to 0 because it is coming uniform retardation and coming to rest position. What is its initial velocity? That is equal to Vm. Then how can we find out the time T2? Here V equals U plus AT minus A into T3. Therefore T3 equals Vm by A. How can we find out acceleration? V square equals U square plus 2as. So 0 equals Vm square plus 2 into A into S. S is how much it is? 3L. Okay, therefore A equals, the acceleration is negative, therefore A equals Vm square divided by 6L. Okay, now here we can, so we got the value of A also, therefore how can we write down T3? T3 equals Vm divided by Vm square 6 by 6L into A. Vm square divided by Vm divided by Vm square by 6L. So this one will get cancelled, we are getting it as 6L by Vm. Now what is the average speed? V average will be equal to total distance travelled, L plus 2L plus 3L, 6L divided by T1 plus T2 plus T3. T1 is 2L by 6M, T2 is 2L by Vm, then T3 is 6L by Vm. So together it will be 10L divided by Vm. So 10L by Vm. Vm will be coming at the numerator, therefore 3 by 5 Vm. So average speed we got it as 3 by 5 Vm. So here we got the average speed as 3 by 5 Vm. Now we need to find out the ratio of average speed to maximum speed. Vmax. Vmax we got it as Vm, right? Therefore 3 by 5 Vm divided by Vm. The answer is 3 by 5. So the ratio we got it as 3 by 5. Clear, children? So this is how we will be finding. So average speed means total distance travel divided by total time. Then here we got the total distance traveled, it is given over here. Total time we found out and found out the average speed, and the ratio is given. So today's numericals are little bit tricky and it is more useful, I guess, and I hope all of you understood this session. And if you like the channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Thank you for watching. Bye.